Hey everyone, Mike Extra Cheese here. Just want to let you know what's going on with this video. Two bits of bonus coverage. One at the end of the video, one at the beginning of the video. At the beginning of the video, I'm sharing with you 9/11. I don't even know how to call it. It's a piece of metal from the Twin Towers that's in the area at Bonham Park. We did not plan on going to Bonham Park today, but we ended up there anyway. I had no idea this was there. I'm showing you that first at the beginning of the video. Then we get into the base of the video, the real video, and at the end of that is another little bit of bonus footage. But just so you know, the little bit that you're going to see, it's about a 3-minute clip. I had no idea this was going to happen today. Just totally floored me. I don't even know what I said because I was just awestruck that that was there, and to think that a piece of one of the Twin Towers is twisted metal that was there. It was emotional. It really was. When you see something like that, you think about 9/11, right? I mean, I know where I was on 9/11, and I'll never forget that day. But to think of the lives that were lost and that this was part of the Twin Towers, let the video speak for itself, okay? Just wanted to let you know that. Let's get to the videos. So this little segment here, we are at Bonham Park in Cherry Valley, Illinois. I want to show you this. I have not seen this before. This is a piece of the Twin Tower. The Twin Tower from 9/11. This is an actual piece of the building here at Bonham Park at Cherry Valley, Illinois. Wow. This just gives me chills. Let's walk over here. I can understand why that says that. To keep it in reverence. This has got me emotional. I had no idea this was here. World Trade Center artifact. This steel beam was recovered from Ground Zero and donated by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. This beam is a reminder of the terrorist attacks on the United States, September 11, 2001, dedicated to honor and remember those who lost their lives on that day. We will never forget. You can see people in the background, of course. It's a beautiful day just to be outside. But this, what do you say about something like this, huh? If this just doesn't bring it all back to you, I don't know what will. I try to keep the people out of the background, but this is unbelievable. To see it like this puts it in such different perspective, doesn't it? Look at this. Wow. A real piece of the Twin Tower. He doesn't want me near the artifact. Look at this. You see the rivets there. And to think, I won't even make jokes about this. I was going to make a reference to a famous monkey that climbed the Twin Tower in the remake, but no. You know what? This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Hey everyone. You got Mike Extra Cheese here. You're on the Extra Cheese channel. We're going to do something just a little bit different today. Weather's starting to get nicer here in northern Illinois, and we're going to go visit a few places outside. First place we're going to visit is a place that is near and dear to me. I grew up around Rock Cut State Park, spent many hours of my childhood and my teenage years down there with my cousins and best friends, hiking around and riding bikes, and about everything you could think of was spent at that park. And I tell you, we have investigated many acres and miles of that place in our past. Let me just read to you straight from Wikipedia, because I learned some of this too, and I was very surprised. I will try not to butcher the Native American Indian names. If I do, you're Native American or you have an interest in Native American history, please forgive me. I'll do the best I can. Rock Cut State Park is a state park of the United States state of Illinois, located in Loves Park in Winnebago County. It covers 3,254 acres, enveloping Pierce Lake and Olson Lake. Rock Cut Park's main entrance is located on Highway 173, 1 mile west of Interstate 90. Now, that is, I call it a newer entrance, because when I was growing up, it was on a different road, which was called Harlem Road, and you would go in that way. That exit has now been sealed off for many decades now, and the only thing accessible from Harlem Road, you can still get into the park, but you will go into the Olson Lake entrance. Just wanted to show you that is, and I never realized how big Pierce Lake was. When you're on it, it doesn't seem to be that big, but that's Pierce Lake in Rock Cut. Now let's find out a little bit about the history. You have to excuse my camera, my fancy camera maneuvering. History. This really shocked me. During the 17th century, Native Americans who were driven from the east by the Iroquois Confederacy settled in today's northern Illinois. These natives were originally in the region south of Lake Michigan and spoke, and it must be Miami, right? Am I seeing that right? Miami? The land in which they settled became Rock Cut State Park. I did not know that. The region was occupied by the Mascouten, I hope I pronounced that right, between the mid-17th century to the early to mid-18th century. After the Mascouten lost influence on the land, it was taken up by the Winnebago. Winnebago I'm very familiar with. That's the county I've lived in all my life. It is after this tribe that the county of Illinois, where the park is located, is named. This land became the property of the United States as a result of Indian concessions after the Black Hawk War. More coming up on that in a future video. We are going to go see the Black Hawk statue. Once under American control, the Scots settled around Argyle, which led to the Scottish settlement in northern Illinois, along with some westward bound New Yorkers and New Englanders. The New Yorkers and New Englanders that made the settlement in this region, now known as Rock Cut, established a town in Harlem, after New York's own Harlem. Yes, folks, this is blowing me away. I've lived in this area all my life. I never knew this. I never knew this, you know? Guess what the name of the high school was I went to? Harlem. I lived in the Harlem School District. Jeez. The land acquisition proposition was made by Representative Pierce of Rockford, Illinois, near the park, after whom the most popular fishing spot in the park, known as Pierce Lake, obviously was named. This proposition was made in 1955, and the park was officially in existence 2 years later in 1957 on October 25. I'm going to stop reading this here. This is all available on Wikipedia, as I've shown you. And let's get out there. Let's get out and take a look. I'm going to show you some of the spots that I remember fondly. And it's early enough in the morning to where there shouldn't be a lot of people, and the park not being leafed out yet will give up a lot of secrets of what lies behind, because you can see through the tree lines. Now, right now, I'm parked by what is known as the Lake View picnic area. Just wanted to show you just a little bit of what they have to offer here. Outdoor store rentals. There's a restaurant, campground store. There is a campground here. Olson Beach. A lot of stuff. Beautiful paved pathways. This one here will take a couple hours, as my wife and I found out one time. Trail rolls. Use dirt trails and not muddy trails. Yeah. This is where we're going. Let's take a look. So what we're looking at now, I wouldn't quite call it a, if you'll excuse, it's going to sound funny, the dam area, but it's kind of like a dam area. It's an overflow for the lake. Goes down here into a creek. And I can tell you, as a kid, I spent a lot of time down there fishing. A lot of time. I'm not even going to attempt going down this like I used to as a kid, because I have a feeling if I tried to go down this now, I would really go down this like head over heels down this, like a rolling log down this. Yeah, not going to happen for me, not today. Gosh, I think as a kid I even took a bike down this. Yeah, that wouldn't happen today either. But we're going to go over here and we're going to take a look at the lake. A look at that skyline there, that tree line, I should say. Tree and sky. It's going to be nice today, up around 70 degrees before Mother Nature takes over and brings in some thunderstorms. Well, that's okay. We need the rain. Let's go check out Pierce Lake. Okay, so we're at the other site. The other side, we were just standing over there. And I just moved it over here. Give you a really nice view of Pierce Lake. Yeah, we'll be coming out here again when the leaves are in full bloom. This is really a beautiful place. Always has been. It's a big lake. That is a big lake. Now, rumor has it that we have our own version of Nessie in this lake. If you remember, if you know of the Loch Ness Monster, I'm telling you, we also have a Nessie in Pierce Lake. Now, I don't quite see where Nessie's at right now, but I also am known to have shared a great many fish stories in my life, and I'm not sure, but that just may be one of them. Yeah, that just may be one of them. We're going to go over there. You see that out there in the distance? Let's go over there, see what's going on. I know exactly where I'm going. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to bring you here first. When I was a kid, let's see what this says. This is new to me. Let's go see what these say. Boy, this is going to go through some video stabilizing if I've ever seen it. Tips for the trails. Oh, you don't want none of them. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. Yeah, that you don't want any of. You don't want nothing to do with that. Poison ivy will ruin you a couple nights. I don't think we're in any danger of any of this stuff right now. Copperhead. Copperhead snake. I don't know anything about a snapping turtle out here. I've never seen nothing like that. But poison ivy, you can be half a mile down the road and it's blowing in the wind, the oil from those leaves, and you can get poison ivy and not even be around it. But I want to take you over here. When I was a kid, let's not look at the ground. Just to show you, I'm here. This is me. I'm with you. When I was a kid, I would come over to this area right here. Me and my family members. They're all my family members. I say my cousins, my friends. It's all the same. You grow up with people like that, they're your family, whether they're related to you by blood or not. But we used to come over here, and I see it's changed already because there was access to this rock. Let me just turn this around. Look at that. There was access to this rock, and I thought this is why they called this rock cut, because of this rock right here. Now, it's been a while since I've been here, and you can't enter this area anymore, but when I was here last, and it was a long time ago, we used to climb to the top of this rock. None of this was here. None of this was here. And as kids, we would literally get right on top of that rock and just hang out. I guess that's what kids do. And how would we get up there? You might want to know. And I can't believe it. We climbed this darn thing. We would climb this darn thing. Yeah, somewhere down there we would find a foothold and we would climb this rock. Now this is why I thought this place was called Rock Cut. I thought this was a cut rock of some sort, and this was like the staple of this place. And this is why it must be called Rock Cut Park. But as we just learned, that's not the truth. That's not it at all. Looks like at some point you could go down these steps and get down to that area. Not no more. That's not happening. And like I said, I'm not going to do it anyway. I wouldn't care. This ain't for me anymore. I think they need to rebuild this, or it's just become too dangerous. But this moss-covered rock. It doesn't look too much different with the moss and everything than when I was a kid down here, but this is exactly what we were facing. I can remember it wasn't hard to climb it. It wasn't hard at all. In fact, it was quite easy. Of course, when you're a teenager or younger, everything's possible. Your body has so much agility, not so much today. But I do remember coming back down was not such fun. I never liked coming down this thing because I knew if I was going to fall, well, yeah, that was not going to be good. That was going to suck. That was going to suck. Bad. Oh, there's a woodpecker in the background. Mother Nature all around. Just listen. I don't hear it anymore. Woody has stopped woodpecking. Nice day. This is Rock Cut. I have lived in this area all my life. Literally almost in my backyard, but I wanted to show you this rock here. I wanted to see it too, quite honestly. It's been a long time. Can you believe I used to get up on top of that thing? I'm gonna have to let my friends know that I made this video. They got to see this because they're not going to believe it, that we actually had the agility and the guts. I think it was over here, the guts. I speak so weird, don't I? The noive. We had the noive to get up on this thing. Yeah, somewhere down there we found footholds, handholds, and we climbed it. There ain't no way. I look at this thing now and I have no clue how we did that. Oh, welcome once again, Pierce Lake. We are at the boat ramp area. A fellow over there getting ready to put his kayak in. Do a little early morning, I'll call it sailing, but I bet he's going to work this. Now I have a story for you. My friend Sean will remember this. We took a canoe out here one time. There is a current in this lake. We found that out because, man, did we sail down that way. We got into that canoe and we just went and we went and we went. And then the time came to turn around and have to come back. And guess what? And we're young, okay? We're probably 18 years old. That took a long time to get back. We found out there was a current in this lake. That was a lot of work. And I'll be honest with you, that was the last time we took a canoe in this lake. Yeah, after we found out how much work it was. Pierce Lake fishing regulations. They do stock this lake. Now, I haven't been fishing out here in years, but I do remember when we used to come. I don't remember ever catching muskie, but we caught the bass. I don't remember catfish, but I remember crappie and bluegill and bullheads. And, of course, carp. You can't have a lake without carp. I mean, I know carp are what they are. They're not a great game fish or whatever, but they're a lot of fun to catch because they put up a good fight. And up there is a concession stand. Now, the infamous sign here at Rock Cut. This sign is very close to the original that I grew up with. It's probably been rebuilt, but it's the same structure. Gosh, believe it or not, one more story to tell on myself, how much time we spent out here. At some point, I don't know how all of us got up there, but you see that very top rail? We all decided to get up on that rail, dangle our feet over it, and guess what? Park ranger came by and told us to get off of it. That was right before somebody told us to jump, which we didn't do. I want to look at the back of this thing really quick. There were some naughty kids a long time ago. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I'm very quiet right now because I just found out that this is the original sign. These are the original boards. Because something that a very naughty kid shouldn't have done was carved into one of those boards and is still there. This is the original sign. Wow. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just thought I saw Big the Foot. Now I know there's another YouTuber that used to use that all the time, so I say it in loving memory of him. Big the Foot. And look at this. Something I just noticed. There's still little remnants of snow. I can't imagine how high these these mountains must have been, these snow mountains. There's little remnants of snow left over still. Wow, I mean, it's been warm for a while. We have not had any snow for a couple weeks, and there's a remnant. That was a lot of snow. That was a lot of blizzard. And this was a lot of park. A lot of park. We will be spending more time out here as the seasons progress. Oh, there goes our kayaker out there. God bless you, buddy. Get out and enjoy life. That's what we're doing today. Now, just a little brief interruption, or I'm going to forget to do this. When you're a kid, you do things that kids do, right? Some things to a degree are a little bit more, some are a little bit less. We did kid things when we were kids. We came out to this park. This park was our backyard, our playground, and man, the memories, we had a ball here. So that sign back there, when I say it's the original sign, yeah, we did things that kids did by carving things in wood, and that was one of the things that I did. And I just am going to say that something that I did back in that sign, back in 1984, 1985, is still there. Somewhere between we'll say between 84 and 86. There were other carvings there too. I didn't want to get too introspective back there and take that close a look. I can't remember everything that was put, but there's probably stuff. I'll go back later and look on my own without recording it. I don't think you can get in trouble for something you did when you were a teenager. That many, 40 years ago? 40? 40 years? More than 40 years ago now. But I am shocked. I am shocked that it's still there. That is incredible to me. I was thinking that wasn't the original sign, or a replica. It's the original sign, painted over. Mind-blowing. I just can't believe it. Wow. Just gives you chills thinking that something that old still exists, and something you did. I don't want to say defacing it. At least we did it at the back, probably because we didn't want to get caught doing it in the front, but it didn't stop us from sitting up on top of it either, did it? You do things kids do, right? And if that is as reckless as I ever got as a kid, then I say, man, I wish all kids were just that reckless in these days and these times, because that's just good, clean fun is what that is. That is good, clean fun. So we're going to go down the ways a little bit and see what else there is. I already know what it is. You're going to like this. Let's go. I wanted to show you one more area before I got out of here. This is one of the areas we used to come. My dad and grandpa, brothers, cousins. This is called the Red Oak Picnic Area. And as you can see, it's a pretty steep decline, right? So it will be the incline if you're coming back up it. There's the parking lot over there. I'm parked right over here behind the appropriately located outhouse. More Pierce Lake down there. Boy, the birds are just singing this morning. I mean to tell you. Now, I wanted to tell you, I'm just covering a very small part of this park. Obviously, with 3,500 acres, you're just not going to cover the whole park. These are just areas that I used to come to when I was young, when I remember, and I'm still fond of today, and they hold great memories for me. There's where we came in over there. You know, the lake is huge. It's a huge lake. We'll be coming out here a lot more. There's a lot of hiking and traveling to be done in here as the spring and summer and fall progress. You'll see the seasons changing. Several years ago when they had I think it was the 13 and the 17 year cicada, they were out. I'm gonna see if I can find video of that and attach that onto this one. Don't hold me to it. I know I took it. I don't know if it was just with this phone or a tablet, but I did take it, and it was just amazing. This place was buzzing with cicadas. They were climbing all over these trees. There's nowhere you could go in this place that they weren't. It was just unbelievable, really almost a once in a lifetime experience. But I wanted to bring you out here just to give you an idea of what it's like in northern Illinois with a lot of the forestry and whatnot. There's one more place we're going to stop on the way out. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy making this. I like bringing you down memory lane things and just showing you places that maybe you don't have in your neck of the your neck of the woods. Yeah, maybe you don't have in your neck of the woods. This is my neck of the woods, quite literally. Okay, so this is just another picnic area, believe it or not. No playground in this one. I know there is one here I think has a playground. There's a little shelter up there that people can rent. And I'm going to tell you folks, and one more thing. You come out here and when the weather's nice, on weekends especially, this place is packed. Absolutely packed, absolutely loaded with people. So let's go see what's next. Here's where we're going right now. Olson Lake Beach Parking.
I have a friend, as many of you know, pastors at Calvary Church in Hyderabad.
Let's just keep the camera on this time.
You know, it was my privilege to go there and preach in his church.
It's just really nice outside.
He holds up his
I mean, really nice. Let me get that radio turned down. Wow. Talk about nice. There's Olson Lake over there. Now, Olson Lake was owned, I believe, by the Olson family, who donated this land to the park. It was quite some time ago. You could swim in that lake. I don't know if they still let you do it or not. I think it all depends on there's bacteria levels to be considered in there. It's a man-made lake, I can tell you that. We've been swimming here, and I remember years ago, I guess you can fish in here too. You can fish in here too. Yo ho! Yo ho! You can fish in here too! Yo ho! Oh, did I mention today's opening day at Wrigley Field? Holy cow! Hey Stoney, when are you gonna put out that smelly cigar? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark, and especially Olson Lake. Folks, this might be a good time to end this video. Olson Lake. Olson Lake, there it is. Olson Lake. Roll the window down. There we go. Olson Lake. And I-90 in the background. You see, you won't see that when it's leafed out. And you won't hear it so much either. But there's Olson Lake in the background. People probably think I'm crazy. What's this guy doing? He's talking to himself. Interrupting my serenity. Well, that's going to do it for this particular video. We got another place we're going on Saturday. You're going to see some back-to-back park-like videos. But the next thing we're going to go visit is a landmark in the area. And quite the statue. Quite the statue in Loudon State Park. Or is it Loudon? Loudon State Park. We're going to Loudon State Park. And I believe it's Ogle, Illinois. I probably screwed that all up. That's okay. I'll fact check myself later. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Hope you like that great shot of the traffic passing by on I-90. I'm not going to edit it out. See you next time, folks. Thanks for hanging out. And look at these guys. They thought they'd want to stop in for a quick video shoot on the Extra Cheese channel. Wow, they are seriously fluffed out right now. Wild turkeys. Is that anything like Tiny Bubbles? Wild turkeys in the park. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. Wow. Hey, thanks for stopping in, guys. This is going to be great. People are going to love this. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good day. Wow. How's that for bonus footage, huh?